Now guys, unlike in the past when the United States even dared to pretend that it is spreading democracy, this time it has come out desperately to thirst for Africa's resources, and they are even mentioning it within their own platforms, including the website of the United States Department of State. An article appeared recently in which of course, we have some of our middle class on the African continent, which is not ashamed to claim that this is of big help. And this is the article which appeared in the East African. Now, the East African as a media platform in the East African region, of course, which is a big media house, called the Nation Media, and it publishes all over East Africa, including in Tanzania and Uganda, where they have monitor publication, and they have even TV stations. They are a neo-colonial institution in itself, that they are there to advance the tenets of neoliberalism. Now, what they are saying is this, that the United States taps Tanzania for infrastructure plan in a battle with China for minerals. So, unlike in the past when these neo-colonial institutions, like I said, came out and said that the United States is in the region to spread democracy, the desperation now has risen to different levels when it comes to the United States, when it comes to even the neo-colonial institutions, because they are fighting for their survival as we are talking right now. And of course that can be said in line with things like what is happening in Ukraine. That neo-colonialism is fighting for its survival. It is dying, so it has to fight for its survival. So in this case, they have mentioned it plain what they are here to do. But let us read the article and what it says, so that we can be able to understand clearly what this is about. And as Africans, we need to defend ourselves. We need to defend the continent most of all. And because this defending of the continent is necessary, when we defend ourselves, we defend the future of our children and grandchildren on this African continent, because we are just custodians of these resources, of these lands. Therefore, if we don't treat them well, if we don't defend them, then the next generations are going to suffer like the same way we are suffering under the second generation of heads of state after independence, which sold out instead of fighting, putting up a fight and fighting for the interests of the African continent. Now, let us look at what the article is saying. Now, the article is saying that the US is roping Tanzania into the mooted Lobito Corridor project to tap the Kabanga nickel deposit. Actually, this is the first paragraph. But even within the first paragraph, they have admitted that they are here for resources. All right? The US is roping Tanzania into the mooted Lobito Corridor project to tap the Kabanga nickel deposit. All right? But with a wider focus on rivalry with China in areas where development will take place, okay, with a wider focus on a rivalry with China in areas where development will take place. And of course, we know that China built the Tazam Railway, which connects between Tanzania and Zambia, and of course they used that to transfer goods, but mostly copper. And China has come out recently to say that they're going to invest another $1 billion into this particular project to be able, of course, to take copper. And of course, this is disconcerting when it comes to us as Africans, that our continent is being exploited, and some of our intellectuals and middle class and media platforms, they are actually clapping their hands and supporting this, and they are celebrating it. Okay, so which is a big problem. Now, the details emerged this week as Washington spoke of the importance of Tanzania in helping to link the corridor from the Atlantic to the Indian Ocean, making it easier for investments in natural resources lying in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo, Zambia, and Tanzania. So these countries, they are interested in the resources. The United States is just interested in the resources of the African continent, not to improve the lives of the African people. As you are seeing, there's no mention of where the Africans are going to benefit from. They're just talking about Africa's resources. And this should raise alarms within the African continent. All African people should be concerned. All right? Now, in Tanzania, however, Washington wants to tap into the country's minerals, particularly its nickel mines, okay, located in northwestern Tanzania, some 120 kilometers southwest of Lake Victoria, and near the border with Burundi. The Kabanga deposit is considered to be one of the largest and richest undeveloped nickel sulfide deposits known at present, of unrivaled scale and grade. The quality, the grade is good, all right, and it's a huge deposit of nickel. For those of you who want to know about nickel, nickel is used, in plating metals and preventing, rust for these particular, steel, even when they are making, stainless steel. So the deposits have been explored and delineated by mining companies, but remain undeveloped due to their distance to the Indian Ocean and lack of transport and energy infrastructure. Nickel, a silver metal that resists corrosion even at high temperatures, is used to coat metals to protect them, but it is most importantly used to make alloys such as stainless steel. And of course they spoke about the Lobito corridor, right? For those of you who know about the Lobito corridor, and those who don't know, you can go back and look at the videos which we published in the past. We've spoken about the Lobito corridor. You can look at Connect Africa, you can look at Africa Reimagined, because these are sister channels which work together. Now, we have spoken about the Lobito corridor and what it is extensively, but we will publish again. But I'll give you, a little bit of what it is. The Lobito corridor basically means a connection, a railway project which connects between the Atlantic through Angola, the port in Angola, which is the Gulf of Guinea, which is very close, of course, to the United States. And it comes all the way to the Democratic Republic of Congo and goes all the way to Zambia. Okay, so they want to extend that railway project to Tanzania so that they can take out Africa's resources. In this, you don't hear anywhere where Africa is going to benefit. You don't hear anywhere where Africans are going to benefit. And of course, this railway project in itself is not beneficial to Africa. And yet, Washington is on top of the roof, making noise across the world that it is investing in Africa. And I want to say to you that do not fall for this. Do not fall for what the fake African intellectuals are saying, that this is a great achievement that Africa has to celebrate. Even some of the heads of state, we have seen the president in Zambia, we have seen the president in Democratic Republic of Congo, and we have seen a lot of African intellectuals, even including those who work in the African Development Bank, claiming that this is a huge triumph, this is a huge infrastructure that we should be celebrating. It is not going to benefit the African people in any way, because it's going to be used to exploit Africa's resources, and that is the point there that we have to take. And now, what does this mean? It means we need to start opposing it, because they are saying that it's going to benefit, in one way or the other. They are painting it as beneficial to Africa because they don't want opposition against it. So when we understand this, then we can get the confidence to oppose these neo-colonial and exploitative schemes that are being propagated by the United States as a country and all its neo-colonial sisters and brothers from Europe and all over the Western world. And of course, we need to start questioning also what China is doing and see, is it beneficial to us as Africans? Also, this is extremely very important. But what do you think yourself? My name is Kwame Goza, and I'm here to inform, of course, about what is happening on our continent, the African continent. So what do you think yourself? Please put that in the comment section. What are your suggestions about how we should handle this particular situation? Because we have come of age as Africans. We have come from slavery, we have come from colonialism, we are now battling neo-colonialism. You should believe it or not, we should not jump from one problem to another. We should not jump from frying pan to the fire. We should not be jumping again from neo-colonialism to another form of colonialism. This time we should liberate the African continent. That means that we need to move in the direction of reconstruction, the direction of industrialization, rapid industrialization. We need to put the exploration of Africa's resources to a stop, to a complete stop. But what do you think? Please put that in the comments section. My name is Kwame Gonza, and the channel is called Connect Africa and Africa Reimagined. Please share the channel with others. Like the video. Do not forget to like the video, please. And also invite others to share in what we are informing the world about Africa and the Africans themselves. We are calling on the Africans themselves to take, a bold step to liberate our own continent. That means that we need to come together as Africans and work together. We should stop complaining, just sitting on the couch and complaining, or sitting behind our keyboards and phones and complaining that things are not well. We need to do something about it. We need to talk about it. We need to say to the United States and say, stop exploiting our resources and stop coming with your fake democracy and narratives. And you are here to exploit our resources, even though you are basing yourself and painting yourself as an angel. You are a thief. You people are here to steal from us, and we are not accepting this anymore. So we need to put this to a stop as Africans, and we need to make it very clear that the resources belong to us. So what do you think that should be the approach that we should take as Africans? My name is Kwame Goza once again, and please support the channel. Support us in any way which you can, including our PayPal account, including our super chat. You can send us a super chat so that we can also be energized to continue doing the work that Africa requires us to do, that Africa needs us to be doing on behalf of the African continent, because we need to build infrastructure together. We need to build the continent together. Don't you agree that we need to build this continent together? So please support the channel as we move forward. My name is Kwame Gonza, and I will see you next time. God bless you.